Joining us now is Camping World CEO and host of The Fixer on Fox, right here on Fox Business, Marcus Lemonis. Marcus, great to see you. Congratulations on the new show. We're happy to have it here on Fox Business and Fox Nation. How much are these high interest rates becoming a real burden to growth, particularly by small businesses?
I think a lot more than people are talking about. And one thing that I've had some communication with the current administration, you're going to start to hear a lot more from the administration about how small businesses are being affected. High interest rates mean more expense through their cash flow, harder to get loans for expansion. The consumer that we're all dealing with is under a lot of pressure. And a lot of small businesses don't have the available cash flow or the working capital to survive something like this.
Now, if they had lower interest rates, if they were able to borrow within their means, where would they be spending money right now? Would it be expanding the workforce, expanding their facilities, or what?
In most cases, they're going to invest in inventory and the ability to market to consumers to get that inventory through the system. So you have anemic levels of inventory, and that becomes a bit of a self-fulfilling prophecy because you can't generate the revenue. And when the consumer is pinched, your margins get pinched, so you have less gross profit, and everything really that takes to run a small business, to pay the rent, to pay the employees, all that's under pressure. And in a lot of cases, unfortunately, people are having to throw in the towel.
Now, we do have an extension of our tax code, which has some real nice bonuses for small business, including the 100% depreciations on new factories that can be backdated back to January of 2025. How much is that helping businesses? I know they're worried about tariffs and they're worried about high interest rates, but that must be a boon for a lot of small businesses.
Here's the challenge, right? Tax breaks are good when you make money. Tax breaks are good when you have cash flow. But if you don't have cash flow, you can have all the tax breaks in the world. There's nothing to offset. There's no taxable income to offset. What we need to really get focused on right now, and I haven't heard a lot about it recently, and my conversations with the administration are starting to percolate it. Where is the SBA, and where is the SBA being able to influence the banks? The one thing I'm hoping from the president is him really getting aggressive with a lot of these lenders who have enjoyed the margin on all these rates to start to provide better financing, more realistic financing for these small businesses, or the main streets are they're going to start to be empty storefronts.
That's a very good point. By the way, I mentioned your show, The Fixer. It's right here on Fox Business. I want to show a clip from it and then get your response. Go ahead. Roll tape.
I don't think you respect any of us.
Why do you feel that way?
The way you act.
You come in and you just want a paycheck, and that's it, no matter how it is.
That's not true.
I'll tell you what, you put yourself in that shoe right there, and you own the damn store. Would you pay me to sit on my ass to do nothing? God, no way, you would never. You would throw me out and go tell me to go to home. Richie, get off your fat ass sitting in the corner when I got no work going on. Come up to my office. Hey, you got anything you want me to do? I bite the bullet.
Why the are you singling me out right now?
Boy, it gets pretty tough there. I mean, it's a tough message, but you have to be willing to take the gruff from who you're giving it to. You have the three P's in terms of strategy for a small business: people, product, and process. I want to talk about people first of all. That's really the most important of those three P's, is it not?
It really is. When you look at any kind of business, I think people kind of want to pinpoint that in small business, small business, medium business, or even my $7 billion Camping World business. It really does function around people. But what I don't want to do anymore, and what I really want, why I wanted to do this show with Fox particularly, is because I feel like the ability to have a solid, honest, intelligent conversation with the American consumer and the administration around what these small businesses are going through just to be able to survive. The couple that you see on the screen right now, they have like $20,000 of working capital left. They're making all their product, all of it, in the United States.
Wow.
They can't be competitive. They can't get working capital loans. And I find myself in a situation, like many investors do, who want to give these folks money, but they need to have a path forward. And quite frankly, the government in this particular case should never get involved in business, but they can get involved in having banks help these businesses just get on their feet.
And how about taking advantage? I know this may be beyond their capacity at this point, but of AI and the process part of those 3 Ps. Do they have the capital to take advantage of those new things that could spur productivity?
Every small business owner that I meet wants to be part of AI, wants to revolutionize their business, wants to put in all the modern technology. That all costs money. The challenge that we have is you have small business owners who are doing 9 jobs trying to figure out how to pay their bills, and they can't figure out how to pay payroll next week. So when you start talking to them about really sophisticated things that you want them to have, they look at you like a deer in the headlights and say, great, I just need to pay my rent.
You got to start with basics, and you got to have lower rates. We have to have one way or another, they got to have lower rates to grow. Marcus Lemonis, congrats on the new show. And by the way, folks, to watch The Fixer,